What's going on, everyone, and welcome to Movie Therapy, where I, Chase Lee, talk to you as my audience, the therapist, about a movie that I've seen, and let's just have a genuine conversation about it. Now, if I'm on the fence about something, maybe after this conversation, I can land to a conclusion and, feel good about what I'm talking about at that point. But either way, I just want to talk about it. And so the movie I saw right now and I want to talk about is Hustle. Now, this is the film that dropped on Netflix last week, and it stars Adam Sandler as a basketball scout that discovers a phenomenal street ball player played by Juancho Hernan Gomez. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And so he sees Bo Cruz, played by that gentleman, in Spain, and he sees the prospect as his opportunity to get back into the NBA because he definitely wants to coach at this point instead of being a scout. So going into this, I was kind of excited. I like when Adam Sandler does his dramas. I like him when he does his comedies. I think he's a well-rounded actor, and he's got a lot of different things on his portfolio. That's what makes him one of the greats. I don't care if he's had a lot of flops in a row, because his hits are humongous, and they are some of my favorite films of all time. So that's what I'm saying. Like, even if he stumbles a little bit, he always, just like the attitude of this movie, he gets back up and he keeps going. And you got to respect that, right? And so, with all that and like LeBron James being behind it as a producer, like, I was willing to see like a different type of sports movie, a different type of basketball film that it's not really focusing on like the finals or like a game specifically. It's more about the recruitment process and like training someone to become an NBA legend, or at least in the eyes of Adam Sandler's character. He believes in him so much that he trains him and he kicks his butt to get to that point. So it was a different type of sports drama, but I like sports movies. I really do. Even when it's stuff like this, where it's not really focusing on the game too much, but more of the behind the curtain, so to speak, kind of like Moneyball. That's a great example. So after watching this, I like it. It's a good movie. Like, I honestly have no issue with it whatsoever. I could have had a little bit more Ben Foster because, let's face it, I think we can all appreciate a little bit more Ben Foster in our lives. That man is a phenomenal actor, and I just like to see him in he's in a couple scenes here and there, and he serves his purpose, but I just want to see more of him. But all kidding aside, it's a really good movie, and I didn't really find any issue with it. It's just a really good feeling sports film where you watch it, the story beats that are going to happen, but it doesn't matter because you're along for the journey, you're along for the ride, and seeing this scout push this gentleman to his limits and having him reach the top like that, it's inspiring, it's motivating, and it really makes you want to hustle and do whatever you need to do in your life to become the best that you can be. So definitely a very inspirational film. For sure. And I love the story to it. Not only do we get to see the recruiting process and like the training process and just the everything that has to do with like when like the general managers and the scouts like picking the rounds and everything, like that stuff was fascinating. And I would love to see more films like this where it kind of just shows a little bit more behind the curtains of the specific sport rather than the actual gameplay itself. It's really just a fascinating story and just the mechanics behind the NBA. I really liked watching that. And then, of course, with the training aspect with Adam Sandler and Juancho Hernan Gomez, that was really fun to see because you can definitely tell, like, there were times that he wanted to quit and Adam Sandler would keep pushing him, and he wanted to quit so bad, but he was doing it for his daughter and he was doing it for himself, and he was also doing it for Adam Sandler's character to make sure, like, this is a man that believes in him, so he's gonna make sure he works his butt off to prove that to him as well. So all that dynamic between both of them was fantastic when it came to the training. And then also there was a nice, just a kind of an emotional blanket over everything, whether it be Adam Sandler and his family issues with like Queen Latifah, who plays his wife, which I never thought of that as a casting choice, but like I like their dynamic. They need to do more together, especially as husband and wife. And then, of course, with Bo Cruz and his daughter and like his family back in Spain and just everything that he's going through and like the weight that's carrying on his shoulders. Like, he has a certain moment where he breaks in the film, and I really felt for him because I'm like, he's a good guy. He's got, a bumpy past, but he's trying to turn it around for himself and his daughter. And I don't know, I just thought that was really just inspiring to watch, and to see him kind of have an emotional break and really kind of come through stronger on the other side was really awesome to see. So yeah, and then all the training montages and all of the tryout periods in the movie were exhilarating, because you're like, that this guy is going to stumble, but it's just like what Adam Sandler said in the movie, doesn't matter how hard you get hit or whatnot, it depends on how you keep going and how you handle it. So seeing him in these tryout periods and like playing against other NBA prospects, that was fun to see, because they're obviously going to be more in the know than he is. And so you're like, all right, I believe in this guy. I want to see him pull through. And so that was really fun to see. They were exhilarating sequences, so I really enjoyed that. But yeah, I don't know what else more to say. There's definitely moments between all of the actors in this film that stand out, and you're like, okay, like they all had their moment to shine. They're kind of like, not Oscar-worthy moment, but a very like pungent, like, hey, we all are a collective here. We're all a team on this film, and we're all going to do our part to make sure the story and the characters have the right inflections and everything. I liked just the way this whole movie was just orchestrated. I really enjoyed it. So if you like sports dramas, if you like anything to do with basketball, if you like Adam Sandler dramas, I think this is it for you. It's not as intense as Uncut Gems, so if you're not a fan of like the intensity of Uncut Gems, don't worry. It's not to this extreme. It's a lot more chill, a lot more standard when it comes to a drama. It's not like high anxiety all the time that the Safdie brothers brought upon us. But that's okay. It doesn't need to be. So if you're worried about that, just know that is not the case for this film. So you can watch this, and it's a breezy little drama, and it won't cause you to have heart palpitations. But yeah, I think this is another good film on Mr. Sandler's resume. Thank you, sir. So what did you guys think of Hustle? Let me know down below what you thought of it, whether you liked it, you hated it, thought it was great, whatever. I want to know all your thoughts down below. And thank you for joining me on this session of movie therapy. I'm Chase Lee. Thank you for listening to me ramble on about Hustle. Yeah, until the next one. Go watch Hustle. All right, bye.